Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Angelica and on this channel I'm showing easy and budget-friendly DIY projects for beautiful home decorations. So if you want to join the journey of making your home look pretty and cozy, please subscribe to my channel. For today's video, I've prepared 3 projects using concrete, and I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't the most glamorous process, but the results are just worth all that mess. I like to include a few concrete pieces in my decor. They look really nice and high-end, especially if you style them the way that they don't look so industrial. And now, without any further ado, let's jump right into the first project. For all my 3 projects, I will be using the same cement. I've got a really big bag of it, which I purchased in a building store. I've also got water, container where I will be mixing these 2 products together, and this silicone mold, which will be perfect for the coaster. Ideally, you would add some sand and stones to the mixture of cement and water. It will make the whole construction much stronger, but I don't want to complicate it, and so I use only cement and water. This will work as good. The consistency is quite runny and make it much easier to work with. Cement will always harden, doesn't matter how much water you pour it. It might just take longer to dry out, and it also might slightly shrink. I fill my mold up to the top and then tap it from the sides. It will straighten the level and also remove all of the air bubbles. I want to create marble effect on my coaster. To do it, I'm using pink acrylic paint. The way I'm doing it is not the best. You will find out why later on in this video. What I should really do is mixing paint with the cement when it was still in the bigger container and then pour it to the mold. Adding paint to the cement made it really hard and almost slightly dry. It wasn't easy to mix it, and because of that, instead of creating the marble effect, I was mixing the paint with the cement to one consistency. I've tried to smooth the surface out. I tap it from the sides again and leave it for at least 24 hours to settle. After that time, I remove my shape from the mold. As you can see, the marble effect is not really visible on this side of the coaster, but at least it's nice and smooth without any air bubbles. To make it more stand out, I decided to add gold leaf all around the edge. With the brush, I apply Mod Podge at small parts of the coaster, and then I take some gold flakes and attach them to that wet part. I press them slightly down and then remove the excess with the dry and clean brush. You can always just use gold paint and paint it, but I think the gold flakes add more character and uniqueness to this coaster. The bottom part of the coaster is quite sharp. Of course, you don't want to scrape the surface of your table, so I recommend adding something soft to the bag. You can use felt protectors, or if you got some spare cork coaster, just glue them with super glue to the bag. I wasn't happy with the marble effect on the first coaster, so I've created another one which turned out much better. It really looks realistic, and now I'm happy with the result. Perfect as a coaster to put your cup or glass on it, or it can be used as a trinket dish for displaying your jewelry pieces. To create decorative concrete tray, I will be using silicone mold for cakes. I bought it in charity shop really cheap, so I didn't mind to ruin it just for this project. I again mix cement with water and pour it to my mold few centimeters above the bottom. I drop the whole mold on the table a few times and tap it from the sides to remove any air bubbles. For the tray, I've decided to create more of the darker color, but again not mixing it all together properly, just slightly to achieve the marble effect. Once the bottom was ready, I've took another round silicone mold, which is smaller than the previous one, and place it on the top of the cement mix. I don't press it down, I just leave it on the top of the cement and then fill it with something heavy. I'm using sand, which I spread evenly all over the mold. I make sure the smaller mold is in the center of the bigger one and then start creating walls for this tray. Because the gap is so small, I've created some kind of funnel out of the cardboard to help me with pouring the cement in. I take small amount at the time and go around the mold. Once I fill it up almost up to the top, I shake it a little bit to straighten the surface and get rid of air bubbles. And I leave it on the side for at least 24 hours. After that time, I remove the sand and the smaller mold. The concrete is still wet inside, so I left it for extra few hours to dry. Then I've also removed the main big mold. I wouldn't recommend to use these molds for cooking anymore, but for any future project they will be perfect. I take sanding block and smooth out all edges of the tray. I let it dry even more and now the tray is ready. Very simple but practical decoration. You can style it whichever way you want, adding more warmth to it. Perfect for central tray on your dining or coffee table. You can always spray paint it if you don't like the cold cement color. And my last project, I was really excited to try it out. You will need a pair of rubber gloves. Make sure they are in good condition without any tears or holes. I place the first glove inside of the tall jar and rub the edge of it around the jar edges. Using spoon, I fill up my glove with the cement. I remove it from the jar, making sure cement is filling all the space. Check if all fingers are full of cement and there isn't any air bubbles. I tie the knot at the end and repeat the process with the second glove. I take a big bowl and place both of the gloves inside. I place it in the position so the fingers are going up and the center of the hand is almost flat. Second hand I place so its smaller finger covers the other small finger. Again, I make sure the cement is spread evenly in the gloves. I place the bowl in the middle. You can also put some extra weight to it. It will make the middle part straight, like also pushed and hold cement in the right places. After one day of drying, I can start removing the rubber gloves. As you can see, I haven't properly removed the air bubbles from the gloves and now I ended up with few holes on the hands. But that's not a massive problem, I will sort this out in a minute. Be gentle when removing the gloves. Concrete might still be wet in few places and very fragile. To fill up all the holes, I've made small patch of thick cement. I take small amount at the time and using my fingers I fill the gap up and smooth it out. I let it dry again and then smooth any imperfection and excess cement down. I think it's such a unique decoration, especially if you style it with some plants. Let me know in the comment section which project was your favorite and if you are a fan of concrete decorations, because if you are, I've created few other projects on this channel using cement, so I will link them all down below for you so you can go and check them out. I hope you enjoyed this video and these projects. If you did, please click the like button. I will really appreciate it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I post new content every single Wednesday. And for now, thank you so much for watching, your support, and I will see you in my next video.